Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Antiheroes Anonymous, or welcome for the first time if it's your first time joining us. I'm Ethan, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons show. I will have some announcements and a recap, but before we get into any of that, we'll do some quick player introductions. Nick, would you go ahead and take that away?
Sure. Hi, I'm Nick. I play Embers of White Ash, the Sun-Souled Baxi Monk.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I play Lady Elwyn Amos, who is the Elvish Circle of the Land Druid.
Hello, I'm Melissa, and I play Charm, who is a Thryking Stormkeeper Ranger.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Vert, the Changeling Armor Artificer.
And if you heard it, the air conditioning system just kicked on, and it is playing itself. So, anyways, thank you, everyone. We premiere our episodes on YouTube every Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Throughout the show, we use a variety of custom items, as well as a custom... I almost read the custom pixie lineage note from when Tuppence was in the party. Various custom things.
Little bard.
If you want information about where the character portraits come from, you can find that down in the description, alongside a link to our campaign wiki at World Anvil, where you can get caught up on the campaign quickly. Also in the video description, there are links and information about various things, such as Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate resources. Other than that, we just hope you follow us on Twitter at Antiheroes Anon, and enjoy the show. Come back to watch more, share with your friends. Whew. That was not ideal, but anyways, let's go ahead and roll the intro video, and we'll get straight into tonight. And welcome back. Previously on Antiheroes Anonymous, the Silver Seekers have been helping the citizens of Amberhearth rebuild after an invasion of giant ants, and as a result, they now have a seat on the town council. They've spent some time getting to know the locals, including the wealthy Emmeline Foxridge and the drow merchant Valreus Duoth. A surprise discovery of a giant hoard of wealth beneath their new keep helped them get a start on some new endeavors, such as making contacts within Amberhearth's criminal class and expanding the Silver Seekers roster. They're almost ready now to head to the drow city of Erudition, where Elwyn hopes to pick up the trail on her missing mother. But before any of that, we have a little bit of shopping to do.
Yeah.
We ended last week with the group of you standing outside Harmony's Wild Magicks Amberhearth branch. If you'll recall, it's kind of a elegant building in complete contrast to the city's kind of more rustic aesthetic. It's got bright reds and golds, and there's two big like standing torches, except they're sparklers right out front that are just constantly sparking with golds and reds and occasionally bright rainbow colors. And all of this is watched over by the sign above the door that says Harmony's Wild Magicks and depicts the illusory visage of a tiefling woman with purple hair, pink skin, silver eyes, and a devilish grin on her face. And the doorway to this establishment beckons. I'll turn it over to the rest of you now.
She's done quite a lot with this place, hasn't she?
That was very fast.
Very impressive.
It was incredibly fast. It was like a week.
Yeah. Well, if she had help of some kind, arcane or otherwise. Shall we go in? See how she's doing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You go into the room, and the sort of colorful elegance continues. As you walk in, the carpets are all like this, this royal red color on the inside. All of the the trimming at like the bottom of the floor is just painted gold, and there are tables covered with cloths and things like that, like these elegant cloths that are just set up to display various items, and you can see everything from swords and armor to various knickknacks. The entire room is just filled with items. And then at the back there's sort of a counter area with a bell placed on the counter. Immediately as you come in, there's no sign of Nadia.
Wow. A lot going on in this place.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take this
Yeah,
roll.
what is it? What's the... When you said that there's a bunch of tables and there's like items all over the place, is it like... Are we talking like flea market, like junk everywhere, or is it more
It's organized.
organized
It's
and
organized.
arranged? Okay.
I'd say organized chaos,
Okay.
because there is a little bit of disorder to it, but things are grouped into sections, and as you kind of walk around, you start to see some of these sections.
Okay. Should we ring the bell?
Yeah, when we're ready.
Oh.
Do we want to call her right now? I think we can take a look first, see if she comes out on her own.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, I don't really know what I'm looking at with a lot of these things.
Right, well, neither do I.
Charm hands you a basket.
Just shopping
Ember's takes
basket.
it. Ember's passes it to Bert.
Or takes the basket.
Yeah, I mean, you can go ring the bell and call her out. Maybe she'll give us the tour.
Okay. Yeah. Embers goes up to the bell.
Okay.
It's like, it's not like a hand bell, it's like a service bell.
Yeah, it's like a service bell.
Yeah, just like,
Ding, ding. It rings out, and initially there's, no response, but then you hear a clatter coming from somewhere behind the counter, but there's like no space back there for this clatter to be originating from, and you hear the sound of a door opening on the other side of the counter, and Nadia crawls out of what looks like a cupboard underneath the counter. And she kind of dusts herself off. She's wearing her typical kind of, very nice, like well pressed, buttoned up outfit type of thing. And she's got a pair of goggles with blue lenses down over her eyes. And as she kind of takes in the group of you, she pulls those up and says, "Oh, hi! I didn't know you were coming by. I don't think we're even officially open yet. Did I put the open sign out? Regardless, we're open for you."
Did they?
I hand her the basket.
Hand Nadia the basket? Yeah. Oh. Thanks. Was it Charm? Was it just like a basket, like a shopping basket that was here? Okay. Yeah, she goes to hand it to Charm. It's like, you can hold on to this.
Okay, I immediately hand it back to Ember.
I'm not taking that.
These are a special, a fixture of Harmony's Wild Magicks. They're baskets of holding. You can fit a lot of treasure into this, so while you're shopping, you don't have to worry about, being burdened down by it. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I see a lot here. That's really cool. Coming really handy.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of stuff you managed to set up in here. I'm frankly very surprised in the short amount of time.
yeah, she comes out from around the counter, and she's got that like tool belt around her waist, and she kind of pats it and says, "Yeah, well, when you teleport around as much as I do, you get used to setting up these little pop-up shops. So
That's great. Do you have time? Can you give us a
Yeah,
little tour
yeah,
of
of
your,
course. I
of
mean,
your wares?
we're pretty much functional. There's a couple other things I wanted to set up, like you mentioned a way to get a hold of me if for some reason my magic takes me away. I talked to my boss about it, and she said we could probably install a permanent sending stone here. So, yeah, I haven't done that yet, but it's on the list. Other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. And she just kind of gestures to the room and says, unless there's anything in particular you're looking for, you're welcome to just start browsing.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Right. Yeah. I guess I'll just start browsing.
Yeah, Ellen's gonna happily just go look through the knickknacks and see what kind of things she can find.
Okay. You could roll an investigation check, both of you.
I would also like to browse.
Investigation. Investigation. Let's roll it. 8.
8, okay.
7.
7, oh jeez.
16.
Embers does not know what she's looking at.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, that's very clear.
Elwyn and Embers, I mean, maybe the two of you stick kind of close together.
Mhm.
As you're walking around and kind of like poking at things,
I think in a lot of cases, Embers is like literally poking at things, just like gingerly touching something to see what happens.
Embers, there's one thing you touch. It's like
Mhm.
it's like a little chest, and it's clearly it's got a little arcane shimmer to it, so it's clearly been enchanted with something or another. You touch it, and just red and gold sparks shoot up in your face, and there's like a bing sound that goes with it.
On brand.
And Nadia just smiles and says, "First victim, first victim."
Ellen just laughs. My goodness, are you all right?
A little spots in my eyes.
They're illusory sparks, so they're not like
Yeah,
they don't singe you or anything like that.
No, I'm just like a
Like-
little like.
like-
Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
bright spot.
How's your vertigo there?
I'm still standing.
Vert, you find a section kind of towards the door that is interesting in that it's basically like set up as if it were like a prison yard in miniature. There's like miniature prison walls around it, and there's a bunch of items within the prison wall in the center, and patrolling around the pile of items are animated like bobblehead dolls of a figure with long black hair and kind of like a pointed nose, and a little crown on his head, and he's wearing blue armor. He's got a big old shield and like a blue sword. There's a couple of these bobbleheads, all identical, that are just patrolling around this set of items in the middle, and there's a sign there on this like miniature jail that says 5-finger discount. Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
Nadia, noticing you kind of lingering by this spectacle, comes over and says, yeah, the boss is real fond of this section. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Steal one of these from under the watchful eye of its little guardians, and well, you get a little bit of a discount on your purchase, but you can't be caught.
All right, I can try.
When you like start to like approach it, Nadia's like, oh, I can't see either, so I'll go over there and do it without me seeing, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay. What is that? 22?
Oh snap. Yeah, you
I don't
find
think so, Thaddeus.
you find the gap in the bobblehead march. You time it perfectly to when Nadia is looking away, like putting up a banner. Roll a D100 for me.
Okay. Let's see. 18. Is that 8? Yeah, 18.
You come away with like a ceramic egg with like a bright red shell that feels like it weighs like 1 pound-ish or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed
That's
to
exactly
steal
what
it.
I wanted.
Mm-hmm. You managed to swipe it without getting noticed.
All right. So then I'll bring it up to Nadia.
Okay. Looks like we might have to adjust the constructs detection settings. That seemed a little quick. I don't think the boss was expecting it to go quite that quickly. But she produces from in her in her bag that she carries on her that has like everything in it. She pulls out a little voucher that says 5-finger discount, 5% off your next purchase, and hands it to you.
Okay. And so this thing was just the proof that I stole something, not an actual magic item that I get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as far as you know, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, so I just give her the egg then, and then I will keep the coupon.
She puts it in the bag.
Yeah.
Some of those do little things, but most of them are failed experiments. Nothing really worth holding on to.
Nice. Cool.
What's Charm doing?
I'm just wandering around, taking it in.
I can actually start telling you the things that are here now if you
Well,
want.
let me just ask, because I think maybe Embers is the only criteria. It's like, is there anything like sunlight or sunny or sun themed here? That would be cool to have.
Let's take a look. Sun. I will look at that in a minute.
Okay.
And see if I can find it. There is one thing that in here that will probably catch Embers' attention, but I have to remember what it was, and I want to look for sun stuff first.
Yeah.
While I'm working on that, the one last thing you will notice about the way that this shop works is at one point Nadia is kind of turning her back to you, and she's like setting up a poster, and it details she sets this up by a section of potions, basically, and it details a discount program that's for healing potions, and it says buy 10 get 1 free. And there's basically a set of point cards there. So if one of you wants to pick up the point card, I made a physical note card for you. You can just track your healing potions on there. Buy 10 and the next one's free. The free one has to be a basic healing potion, but if you buy greater, that counts as 2 for your point card, and so on.
Interesting.
Yep.
I also, if people are still browsing, I will pull my little notebook out, and then if Nadia is available, show her the runes that we saw that are on the chair armor.
Please say the chain armor for the benefit of our listeners who don't understand this inside joke.
Yeah.
Well, the runes
wasn't
were actually
on the chair.
They were on the chair.
It was on the chair.
The stone throne. I've had a chance to look through, and I don't think there's anything. There is one thing that might be kind of sun related.
Okay.
Which is a helmet. It's got a lot of gems on it, but it's not really sun related.
That's fine. I think if Embers just saw a helmet that had a bunch of gems in it, and not like sun iconography, she would just pass it by.
Yeah. There's nothing really super sun related. You ask Nadia to look at the runes. She kind of takes it and looks at it, and she pulls down her goggles and like looks at it through that. And she kind of scratches the back of her head and says, "Let's roll an Arcana check for her actually, and see what she finds out." Should have had her stats open to begin with.
What item are you having her look at?
Me?
Yeah.
Runes.
Yeah, so I recorded the runes that were on the
right,
chair
right.
in the basement. Or the treasury, or whatever you want to call it.
Oh good, she has advantage on Arcana checks because of the goggles. 20. Yeah, she looks at the runes and says, well, it's kind of hard to tell just based on this, but I mean, these runes look elven based, and well, from what I can tell, there's elements of speedy travel and flight and transportation and I think magic in that nature, but with just this, it's kind of hard to tell.
Mm.
I could send this to my boss and get a professional read on it.
Okay. And how would someone like myself learn these types of characteristics, or how to, like, you know, be more familiar with
She kind of
magic items and stuff?
grabs her goggles and like wiggles them a little bit. Goggles of object reading, pretty good.
That's pretty helpful. Or just having the general know-how, I guess. As
Yeah.
well.
Well, we do offer, you know, some training courses here. I teach the beginning class myself. We've got, you know, a couple more experienced employees who can teach more advanced classes. But yeah, I think probably for what your purposes would be, I mean, I don't imagine you'd need more than anything, what I could teach you. So
Okay.
feel free to sign up for those classes.
Yeah, where can I sign?
She kind of like looks around. I don't have a sign up sheet just yet, but swing by once we're fully operational and we can figure something out.
Okay.
Usually the classes aren't very packed. They kind of end up being one-on-one most of the time.
Sounds good to me.
Just at a glance. Any fairy crystal anywhere.
No fairy crystal to be seen.
Great.
Any Vogma treasures anywhere?
No Vogma treasures, but this is there's certainly stuff here that was in the vein of some of the things you would have seen before. Though I think probably you'd notice at a glance the things that are out are none of them seem to be like they'd be too pricey. In game terms, you don't see anything beyond like uncommon value out on the tables.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy.
If I pick up and play with a couple of them, what do they do?
Just a couple
the
things.
knickknacks, yeah, as I'm going through.
Let's see. There's well, as you kind of brush your hands against there's like a suit of leather armor hanging on the wall. You brush your hands against it as you're walking by, and it kind of leaps off its rack as if animated, and it like turns around and extends its butt part towards you and goes just like lets out a fart and then hops back on the rack.
Great. Getting a really good idea what kind of patrons you like to attract.
The theme of the shop is loyalty and fun. You know, we like to get return customers and we like to give them a good time. Really, it's kind of hard to browse though. So if you tell me what you're looking for, I can tell you, you know, maybe what we might have that would suit your needs.
Charm will look at the potions.
Yeah, potions are always we're always in the market for potions, and we're about to take a trip down into the underdark. So anything that might be able to help with traveling in dark places.
Sure.
For those of us who can't see very well in the dark.
She guides you to the potion section, and none of them are quite labeled yet. You gather that's probably another thing she probably needs to do. But she kind of walks you through them. There's potions of healing, potions of climbing, potions of comprehension. There's a potion of watchful rest, which I don't remember what that does.
I think it like lets you take a long rest without actually falling asleep, right?
Yeah.
So that you can keep watch all night.
There are potions of greater healing. There's an oil of slipperiness, and when she gets to that one, she says, "This is a house favorite." Eventually, I'll mark all the house favorites, but haven't gotten to it yet. There's a potion of, by D&D terms, it's a potion of advantage, but she calls it a potion of luck. Potion of fire breath. Another house favorite here, potion of growth or diminution.
Shrinking.
Yeah, shrinking. Potions of resistance. With the potions of resistance, we offer a fun variety where you get 2 resistances for only 50 GP more. However, sometimes they don't mix totally well depending on the combination you get, so there's a little bit of chaos that can happen there. Water breathing, and that's all I have here in the front, but in the back I've got others. More powerful healing potions, mind reading potions. Boss loves those.
Can't mention
Potion of
why.
flying, potion of invisibility, classics, stuff like that.
Anything sound tempting to anybody?
Invisibility might be nice.
It would be pretty good.
I would like slipperiness and climbing myself. Although the two might not combine
Well,
very
so I
well.
already have a thing for climbing that we just got too. I don't know how much we need.
Oh, what thing for climbing?
Yeah, so the Dragon Vessel has Potion of Climbing built into it.
Oh, you can just, that's right. You
Yeah.
just make it,
Okay.
and you can make potions of healing too, right?
Healing,
Mhm.
yep.
Or olive oil.
Or
But it's-
olive oil.
Or olive oil.
Yeah. Ale, olive oil, Potion of Healing, Potion of Climbing.
Ah,
But
Or olive oil.
it is once per day though.
yeah.
So
I mean, we're gonna need more than one per day use of climbing?
Yeah.
Seems pretty. I mean, maybe.
Well, I mean, two of us at least can climb
I have no problem climbing.
pretty easily. So if we get one potion of climbing for you and one for you, I mean, you'll have
Yeah,
yours
I guess.
from the vessel. But if that's something you think we're gonna need,
If we're going down, we must come up.
well, that's what halves are for. But sure. How much do the potions out here run normally?
Healing, climbing, ones of that sort of variety will run you about 50 gold pieces each. The greater healing, oil of slipperiness, potions of resistance, those will run you more like 100. The more expensive ones can get up between 500 to 1,000 depending on the type, but worth it in the right pinch.
Sure.
She'll take you over to some other parts of the stock, and I'll just walk you through some of the items that are available.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to see everything.
There's a variety of spell scrolls.
Hmm.
All of them are spells on the sorcerer list. So basically, any spell on the sorcerer list, there can be a spell scroll for it. Up to I think 6th level. There are scrolls for.
Wow.
Common items, some that might catch attention. There's a charlatan's die, which whenever you roll this 6-sided die, you can control which number it rolls. Pretty cool. That one is another one that is marked as like the boss's favorite. There's a mystery key, which the boss is pretty proud of. It's this key, it has a chance to unlock any lock, but 95% of the time it won't work.
95% of the time it won't
Yeah, but
work.
that 5%, any lock.
So you can just keep using it until it works.
Yep.
Huh.
And then it breaks or disappears or something. I can't remember which, but again, handy to have if it works.
Wow.
They're pretty cheap.
Interesting.
That's really funny. Does the die, is it like, I don't know, can you make it look like just a normal
Yeah.
dice? Or is
Mhm.
it like...
No, it
okay.
just looks like a normal 6-sided dice.
Then how do you control it?
Die.
Like telepathically or something? Or is it like...
Well, let's see.
Sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
just like telepathically, I think.
You will it.
Mhm.
How much is it?
Roll me a d4.
Can I choose what it rolls?
No, only a D6.
One.
Try really hard.
This die is selling for only 30 gold pieces.
Wow.
Okay, I will consider that.
Okay.
Is it just one or is it a set?
It's just one.
Okay.
There's a talking doll, which is another boss's favorite. You can teach it some phrases, and I think it can have up to 6 phrases that it says under certain conditions. Nadia says, "Boss loves teaching these swear words and then putting them out in the town."
Is this doll like cute or creepy?
There's a couple. Some are cute, some are
Okay.
creepy.
Okay.
Many of them are unicorns.
Does it look like Charlie?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Wonderful.
there's Wands of Smiles and Scowls, and then finally Nadia comes to the end of the common section, and she says, and here we have the adventurer's favorite. Now, my boss recommends these for every adventuring group that we sell to. Earrings of Message.
Ah,
Very useful.
how do they work?
Well, if you've got this earring, threaded into your ears, then it's got, a certain amount of magic per day, and each time he uses a little bit of that, and you can cast a spell called Message.
Nice.
Super useful.
Well,
If only one had ears.
I'm sure we could pierce something on you.
Yeah.
Here's something.
We have clip-ons.
Actually, that is. I feel like that's a
antenna.
thing that would exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she points to a clip-on section. We do also offer on these a family plan. It's a variety where you can only cast Message to each other. They all come paired. A little bit cheaper to buy in bulk that way, but
What's
not
the-
quite as versatile.
What's the difference in price between two?
The family plan would be reduced by like 10% from the total, I think.
and those are ones that you can only just send messages to someone else in the.
Whoever has one of the paired ones. Yep.
Well, I know
Pair-
that
paired
the
earrings.
message is something you can do already.
Mhm.
But I think we're the only one.
I might be the only one.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if I didn't have to prepare that every day.
But also, she can speak telepathically to all of us all the time.
This is
Like
true.
the cantrip. It's not
Without
you-
casting
you don't
spell on
prepare
that night.
cantrips.
Or it's not something I want though. I have it on the magic item, I think.
Oh, it's not just something that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could change that to something else. But it's not a big deal if we have charm now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, charm basically is our earrings to
Earrings.
whispers
Mhm.
right now. But maybe we can wait on that.
Okay. Well, she moves on to. Oh, there's also some ammunition type things, like for a crossbow, in the common section. She calls those walloping ammunition. Character hit by the ammunition must succeed a DC 10 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Nice. That's handy.
Okay, she moves on to the uncommon items, which is the majority of the rest of the shop. There's a section of bags of holding.
Mhm.
There is a broom of flying.
Mm.
There is a cap of water breathing, a cloak of protection, a decanter of endless water, and there's also a couple varieties of decanters of other liquids. Various. When you get to that section, she says, now the boss originally did this as part of an experiment just to see what sort of things she could make endless decanters of, and it turns out a lot. So if there's a particular liquid you want an endless flow of, it should be possible to get that made. However, she mentioned the connection to the elemental plane of beer is a little bit tenuous, so those are difficult. So
Honestly,
The
I figure
Valence
out
and
what it's
Embers.
called.
Milk,
Actually, milk would be great.
right?
she points to one on the shelf, decanter of endless milk, right there.
Embers takes it and like just studies it.
Roll a d4 for me.
1.
That one's price is 300 gold pieces.
Good to know.
Decanter functions like a decanter of endless water, but it's milk.
Now, when you say endless,
Endless.
I mean, well, but how does it know when to stop?
Oh, I hold on. I have to look at the actual item.
What if if I took the cork off this, would we all be drowning in milk?
She gets a mischievous smile on her face and says, yes.
Oh. That's maybe more milk than I want.
No, I'm just kidding. Certainly not. Decanter of endless water. Let's see. You can use an action to remove the stopper. Once you take the stopper off, you actually have to speak a command word, and then, once you've spoken that, it pours out. You can stop it by doing the exact same thing.
Oh.
Easy.
Ooh. 300 gold for all the rest of the milk I'll drink in my life.
Seems like a good deal.
Can I? Would it be imposing on you to ask for a taste test?
She actually takes you.
I don't want a
behind...
decanter of endless spoiled milk.
She takes you behind the counter, and there's a couple doors back there. She opens one, and inside is basically like, it's like a blank room, but there's like a bunch of like practice dummies for like combat training and things like that in the room. She says, "This is the test chamber.
Ah, okay.
Have at it."
Ember's unstoppers the thing. Realizes she doesn't know the command word.
Nadia whispers it to you.
Okay, and like very hesitantly and like nervously speaks it.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Speak one of the 3 command words. Let's see. She probably would just give you stream.
Okay, and starts drinking.
It produces a gallon of milk.
Oh my god.
It's better than Geyser, which produces 30 gallons.
Geyser? Wait, 30 gallons in how long?
It doesn't say how long it comes. How long it lasts.
Here are the rules. Maybe like,
I mean, like
a minute or like.
yeah, like a minute. 30 gallons a minute. That sounds fair.
Jesus. Is there a fire hydrant mode as well?
I mean, with the Geyser mode, you can
Well, it seems to be automatic milkshake then.
with the Geyser mode,
Yeah.
as a bonus action, you can aim it at a creature.
That's
Must make a
incredible.
strength save or take 1d4 bludgeoning and fall prone. Instead of a creature, you can target an object.
What's the strength save?
DC 13. It's not terribly high, but
So then they would like another armor. If they were lactose intolerant. it
The
would be-
farting
they would
armor?
like the- oh, the
So-
farting armor.
Is this also? Is this also a gallon over a minute, or does Ember's just get just like drenched in milk?
it probably wouldn't be a full minute. But
Yeah.
it's faster than you can drink for
Okay,
sure.
yeah. Ember's really says the command word again
Uh,
and puts the stuff back on.
the milk wasn't curdled
Yeah.
or like gross or
Ember's like
anything.
just starts licking herself.
Nadia points to a corner of the room where there's like a taped off area. She
Mhm.
says, if you stand in there, that's our prestidigitation zone. It'll clean you off.
I'm good, thanks. How's the milk?
Fine.
Fine or like good?
I mean, it's not like whole milk, but it's not skim milk, and it's
Okay.
not bad. It's like
Okay.
it's fine.
Decent milk.
Okay.
It's not like super creamy. And
Yeah.
It's not super watery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you have 2% off? I don't think that gets
I got it. I was just,
should like it.
He's just like ignoring the bad behavior and hoping it stops.
okay, here.
Fun behavior.
Oh, fun.
The next thing she points to is another one of the boss's favorites. It's packets of dust of sneezing and choking. Boss loves pulling pranks with these ones.
Sounds like it could come in handy.
There's some elemental gems. There's a set of goggles called Eyes of the Eagle, boost your visual acuity.
Mm.
There's some big gauntlets called Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Gloves of Thievery, which are also one of the boss's favorites. There's an immovable rod. There's a Medallion of Thoughts, a Ring of Swimming, a Ring of Jumping. There's sets of Sending Stones. There's a Luck Stone. There's
What's
various...
What's the stealing one though? The thievery gloves or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Real good.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Ember's ears will perk up very briefly at the stealing and then just like flatten back again. Like, oh no, I should not.
These gloves are invisible when worn. While wearing them, you gain a +5 bonus to dexterity sleight of hand checks and dexterity checks made to pick locks.
Wow.
Very
Sure
handy.
they.
Roll for me 1d4.
2.
They are 400 gold pieces.
I want those.
They're quite good.
They are quite good.
There are various weapons. Game terms, weapon +1. There is Embers, a dragon hide belt, which might initially turn you off, but Nadia kind of guides you toward it and says, now from what I've seen of you, this actually might be of interest. A lot of martial artists find them very useful. And what this does functionally is it gives a bonus to the DCs of your key features.
Ooh.
So the one that's on display is +1.
It's pretty good. How much is this?
Roll a d4.
2.
So another 400 GP item.
Okay.
And there is an emerald pen enchanted that when you're holding it, you can cast the illusory script spell. Pretty cool. And that's pretty much the things that are on display. And as noted, there's more elsewhere.
I like the belt. And despite myself, I like the decanter.
Did you get them?
You don't think that's too much?
No, of
Let's
course
put
not.
it in our shopping basket.
Yeah,
Right.
Ember sticks them
How
in.
much? I mean, how much money do we have to spend today?
How much do you want to spend today?
That's what you're the one that has our bank account.
Well, we have a certain amount. We can spend a certain amount.
How much do we have, and how much do we want to spend? I'm asking the whole group.
Nadia's ears are like
We're
perked
not
up,
going
but
to
she's
spend
pretending
all.
not
Did
to
you put all the
listen.
stuff from the board?
Yep.
In there too. Okay. Well, we're not spending that because that's going to be we're paying for the hirelings, right?
Yeah.
We're using that to pay and the upkeep of the keep and all of that. So we don't want to
Sure.
to touch all of that.
Well,
What did we have before that?
We had quite a bit before that.
we have enough to buy.
thousands.
We have enough to buy what we have in our cart. No problem right now.
I know, but
Let's see.
how much do we have?
Before that, I'm trying to look this up. My Discord's going pretty slow because my computer's doing a lot.
Yeah.
It's broadcasting.
Well, I'm asking him because he's the one that has the numbers, right?
Yeah,
in front of
but-
him.
I don't, because I don't have just the minus the horde that we found. That's in Discord.
Oh,
I
you,
see.
you updated that message.
Did not update that message.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
Oh my god, I have it right here. 120 platinum, 3,200 gold, 6,000 silver, 400 copper.
Yeah, so we've got at least.
So that's what for about roughly 5,000 gold
That we don't want to spend.
that we
That
want to
that-
keep for
yeah.
the keep.
Oh yeah. Oh, that stuff. I was looking at the fund's treasures prior to that. We had about 1,800 gold and 430 platinum prior to the horde discovery.
So we pretty much doubled our money.
yeah.
but
So
with
we've
the horde-
got just shy of about. Well, we might have about 6,000.
Yeah, it was like 550 to 6,000.
And we don't want to spend all of it on
Right.
this stuff.
Yeah.
So the question is how much are we willing to spend here today?
Say 2,500. Seems.
One more. I don't know.
Useless.
I don't have it. I didn't come with a limit. I'm like, let's just
Dude.
see.
I thought you were going to be our
Charles,
money man, our
Ryan.
budget.
Well, I want to see if we have available
Does it feel
first.
like
Yeah.
it's part of her party?
Some
It's like,
Some
well,
shoppers find it's helpful to put everything they want in the cart and then, peel back
That's
from
what I
there.
would like to do.
I'm just curious because I'd like to know
Yeah.
how much I'm free to spend for myself as
How
well.
much is a bag of holding?
Roll for me a d4.
Do you want to roll this one? You want me to roll this one?
You roll it, it's your thing.
Well, it's our thing. 4.
Oh darn, they're expensive.
Oh, if I should have rolled
Yeah, that's why I asked.
They are 600 gold
Okay.
pieces today.
I
Those go on sale frequently. You could hold off and watch for a sale.
sure.
it, especially since you can make them for free.
I can't because it takes an infusion. So it would use one of the 2 infusions I have right now. So
Charm is kind of wander over to the gauntlets and try the ones on for power.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you get the sense that they want to attune to you. Like they require attunement before you feel their power, but you can sense the thrumming arcana from them.
I know they're just 2.
Um, there are just 2, but Nadia kind of comes over, sees your predicament, and says, Now you only need 2 to get the full effect. And mind you, these make you really strong. But I'm sure that we could arrange to have the boss make some, you know, placebo ones for your other arms if you wanted. Just so they all matched.
But I was just thinking of wearing them on my secondary order to get them out to free up,
That's also an option.
to free up my
So what, you go slash punch punch?
These make your strength score 19.
Do you use strength
Wow,
for your
that's
swords
so
or
good.
dex?
She
You
does
get a
use
choice, right?
dex, I think. But
Yeah, they're finesse weapons. I can shoot.
You can just choose whatever one's
Yeah.
higher. That would over double my strength score.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, you were.
and
Yeah.
how much are they?
roll me a d4.
Oh boy.
2. 400. So not too bad, really, for a strength score of 19. And then Nadia does, you know, mention again. Now, like I said, the more powerful stuff tends to be more expensive. We keep it in under protection until needed. But if there's anything in particular you're looking for, I can check if we have it in the back. I do legally need to make a disclaimer that the more powerful stuff does, they tend to be commissions that for one reason or another the deal didn't go through. There are occasional side effects with using them.
What kind of side effects?
Well-
Nothing dangerous.
Nothing terribly dangerous, no. Well, not usually, no. Depends on the item. Generally, it's things like, now let's say you have, you know, an armor that grants you resistance to certain types of elements or whatever. Sometimes the elements that it resists might shift randomly, for example.
Oh,
Or you know, things like that.
I see.
Amber's just thinking, but not saying. There's a reason. I knew magic was bad news. This is all terrible. No one should use magic.
She does pull out like an inventory though to give you a list of, you know, some of the things that are in there. Not all, but some. There's she already mentioned the armor resistance. There's that also comes in a ring variety, I should say. There's a bag of beans,
I know what that is.
boots of levitation, cube of force, dragon slayer weapons,
Wait. Boots of levitation.
I don't want to know what the
what-
side effect of the boots of levitation is.
various figurines of wondrous power, helm of teleportation, a couple different types of ion stone, portable hole, ring of feather falling, ring of spell storing, some higher level spell scrolls,
Spell story ring.
wand of binding, wand of fireballs or lightning bolts, wand of wonder, one of Boss's favorites.
What does that one do?
Oh, just all kinds of things. This wand has 7 charges. You can use an action to expend one and target a creature within 120 feet of you, or a point in space, you choose. Roll a d100 and consult the following table to discover what happens.
Oh boy.
Do you want the spell ring thing?
Oh, well, potentially the spell slot ring or spell storing ring.
Ring of spell storing.
That sounded interesting.
I said ring of spell snoring. And cast sleep, that's all it does.
Yeah.
So any creature can cast a spell into it of levels 1 through 5. And then, yeah, while wearing the ring, you can cast any spell that is stored into it. using the slot level and save DC and / spell attack bonus of the original caster.
So it could be any spell.
Yeah, so Vert could cast into it, and then Elwyn could use it.
Right. Any
Or-
spell?
Of
Or does it
spells
have
1
a
through
max?
5.
1 through 5.
And then does it like recharge?
Is it like a you one use per day type thing, or is it just as soon as you spend the spell, you can put another one in there?
It looks like it just holds 5 levels of spells, and basically as soon as there's empty space, you can fill it.
Oh, so you can put multiple spells in there too. If you want
Mhm.
to.
5 levels of spells?
Yeah,
Like-
like
So
you
one
could have,
5-level spell or 5 1-level spells.
or like a 2 and a 3.
Oh.
That seems really good.
Yeah,
Seems right up for alley.
I mean,
Well, you have all the rings on your fingers.
I do have all the rings.
Mind you, this is where they start to get a little bit expensive.
How much is it?
Roll for me a d6. 5.
5.
Just like the Robe of the Archmage, I don't remember what's.
6,000.
6,000. Ooh. Yeah, well, I mean, it's too good to be true. It's alright, we can earmark it for next time.
Valorous might pay us quite a bit to open up that trade route. Maybe we can afford it then.
Charm messages for, hey, try on the gloves of thievery.
I mean, do those require attunement?
I think they do.
Meant for the
To steal the ring.
Oh, you're bad. You're bad.
They actually don't require attunement.
Oh, shoot. That's amazing. You're bad,
That's
but
even
you're
better.
so good at the same time.
it might be another test, like your little jail toy.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I just got new armor, and I have this nice staff that was a gift, and I feel like I don't walk out here with something unless there's something nice within our price range. If you all find something nice, you should treat yourself.
Would you mind reading that list again?
The expensive list?
Yeah.
I didn't even quite finish it, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well,
+1 armor.
Yep.
Ring or armor of resistance. Bag of beans. Boots of levitation. Cube of force.
what does that one do?
Let's open and find out.
Do you want maybe a weapon or something? I noticed you kind of just carrying around a
You
normal
get like a +1 weapon.
sword.
Be magic damage too.
Cube of force.
Take a job,
it's-
try to get something. Yeah.
You can use an action to press one of its faces. Basically makes a barrier of invisible force, forming a cube 15 feet on a side, and then what can pass through that barrier is determined based on basically how many charges you spend.
Hmm.
So for example, with 5 charges, nothing can pass through the barrier. Walls, floors, and ceilings can pass through at your discretion. At 4, spell effects can't pass through. 3, living matter can't pass through. 2, non-living matter can't pass through.
So how does it affect the caster then? Do you just get repelled by it, or are you?
I think it's centered
unaffected?
around you. So
It's like a bubble shield.
And is it you and creatures of your choosing are unaffected?
let's see. The barrier centered on you moves with you and lasts a minute until you use an action to deactivate it. I think it just basically springs into existence, and whoever's in it is in it.
Okay, so then it. Okay. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but how much is it? Same price range?
Well, it is
D6.
Yeah.
Let's see. 6.
Oh.
Real expensive today.
Yeah.
7,000.
Ooh.
Not gonna worry about that one.
Keep going with the list.
Dragon Slayer sword. Pretty cool. Figurines of wondrous power. There's a couple varieties. There's a fly, there's an elephant, a dog, and an owl.
What do those do?
And
Does it look like Lulu?
the elephant doesn't have wings, but yeah, I guess in general. Basically, you can use a command word to turn them into the creature they represent, and then they can do various things based on the creature.
I see.
Yep. So, for example, so many pages open.
Mhm.
The fly turns into a giant fly
Oh,
that you can ride.
Yes.
Pretty cool. What else did I say there was? There were elephant, dog, and owl.
oh, I don't want to ride a fly.
Don't ask me.
It's Carmine.
You're the one with the figure.
The elephant turns into an actual elephant for 24 hours.
Factory rejects, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Someone commissioned the eagle.
The dog turns into a mastiff for 6 hours. The dog can talk,
Nice.
has dark vision out to a range of 60, and can see invisible creatures and objects within that range.
Ooh.
That
And
becomes like Doug.
the owl turns into a giant owl for 8 hours. It can telepathically communicate with you at any range if you are on the same plane. So, various effects.
That would be really helpful.
Helm of teleportation.
That would just what it sounds like.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ion stones. There's a couple varieties
What are
here.
those?
He's never gonna get through the list, so we keep stopping.
No, it's fine. You want to know what your options are. The ones available to you are protection, reserve, and sustenance. So protection is a +1 bonus to AC. Reserve is another spell storing type thing. And sustenance is you don't need to eat or drink.
Nice.
So one of them was like protection.
The other one was another spell storing type of effect.
Is it similar to the?
Uh,
Is the protection one just like AC, or is it
Yeah,
yeah,
+1
plus
AC.
one
plus
AC.
AC? That's pretty good.
The
That one,
reserve one is only 3 levels
Mm.
of spells, but otherwise very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the sustenance one is you don't need to eat or drink.
That's
Portable hole, ring of feather falling, ring of spell storing. We already talked about spell scrolls, wand of binding, wand of fireballs or lightning bolts, wand of wonder, weapon +2, wings of flying, dragon hide belt +2. That's the key effects one.
How much? I don't. Numbers probably didn't say how much is a weapon +1, but the other weapons in the main room, how much are those?
D4. Let's find out.
1.
So 300.
This is a deal, John. If you want one of these, we can easily get it for you.
Or 2.
Or 2.
You do wield, right?
Yes. 3 attacks. What deals do you have? What do you have? Just normal short swords?
Yeah, we have short swords aplenty. We've got long swords. We've got spears. We've got pikes. We've got, man, you name it. There was one time the boss just went on a spree. I think she had some materials that were about to expire, and she just enchanted all the weapons. We had cartfuls of enchanted weapons. That supply is dwindling, but we still pretty much have anything you could ask for.
I'm such a short swords myself.
Oh yeah, and she kind of guides you over to a corner of the room. There's probably 4 or 5 short swords there. They're in like a bin. Pulls 1 or 2 out.
+1 weapons in a bin.
Yep.
Yep. That tracks. Embers with no dark vision.
Would it be?
I've got dark vision.
You have dark, so
I
it's
don't
just
have
you.
dark vision.
Do you have a way to light up?
Not very well.
You don't have like cantrip or anything?
Not the light cantrip now.
Or anything. So,
I have like
Do
artificer
you have
stuff,
anything that can create a light source?
or allow people someone to see in the dark.
Yes, she would, and she guides you to a section that literally has
Like goggles of night vision?
The-
or something?
the gem that you picked up in the horde. Last episode, there was a gem
Mm-hmm.
in there.
Oh, was there?
Yep.
Oh, that we just hadn't identified yet.
we were gonna ask her to do that.
It's you find a bunch of similar gems. They're gems of brightness.
Mm-hmm.
You can shed bright light in 30 feet with dim light in an additional 30. You can fire a brilliant beam of light to one creature you can see, where it must make a save or be blinded. Or you can
Charm has
cause it to
3
flare with blinding light in a 30-foot cone.
That's a level 1 spell.
So,
So we have one of these
Yes.
already. Okay.
got it.
What's it called?
Gem of Brightness.
Gem of Brightness.
There might also be like some goggles that help with dark vision. Don't have
Goggles of
them.
the Night are a magic item that's already made it as that.
I feel like, yeah, these are only uncommon. She probably has some of these. I didn't put them in my list, but she could have them if you were
Is
interested.
uncommon the cheaper ones, or
It's the yes, it's the D4 one.
Yeah, it might be worth it
Yeah,
if you're the only one,
probably worth
because
it.
you can see in the dark, right? Yeah, so you'd be the
I'm the
only
only
one.
one that doesn't have superior dark vision?
Well, I'm the only one with superior dark
I
vision.
know,
If we're
I know.
gonna be crossing that line, but you're the only one that's gonna be rendered helpless by your
A
inability.
4.
Oh,
Ooh.
500 gold pieces.
I mean, it might be worth it because if we're gonna try and be a little stealthy down there, we don't want to be drawing attention to ourselves by creating light source in a place that's
Yeah, I
usually
know, I
dark.
agree.
And now I can give you dark vision with a spell too, but that also
Yeah,
would
I can also do
use
that.
some of my reserves for the day, and same
Yeah.
with yours.
Be
So
nicer to have an item.
I think it's worth it
Sure.
if you want to get it.
Are they called what?
Are they just goggles of night? Or of the night? I don't remember.
I think it's
It's
night.
just of night.
Of night, yeah, okay.
Goggles in the night.
They
It's,
were 500?
it's the only thing you've got in the cart.
Well, that
Well,
and the gloves with the
And
Oh,
the
right,
gloves.
Yes, so Umbrus is going to ask very humbly, instead of 2 short swords, what do you think of the gauntlets? 1 and 1 short sword
I think you should get both short swords.
instead of the gauntlets.
Oh, yes, it's nothing on it. I think so.
I like the gauntlets.
Imagine
Well-
Tuppy with the gauntlets.
I know,
I didn't even need them.
right? She's so strong.
I think I've seen you fight, and I think you do plenty well, not having an ogre's strength.
Okay, but you know that Torin is pretty strong.
Well, Torrance.
Well, it's not like they're going anywhere, and if we always want her to create some more, we can come back and get some later too.
Well, I was actually thinking of it for Torin.
Oh, for Torrin.
Well, let me see
Yeah.
if Torm would even benefit from them.
He's already got pretty high strength.
Oh, I have him in my ace.
I've got him. Torrin's strength is 18, so not much of a benefit.
Yeah. That's great.
Put him in the basket.
What other kind of amulets and such did you go through when you were going through your uncommon list? There were a couple of amulets in there, I think. Or you mentioned something about mind reading, but that might have been on the exception.
It was a... There was a potion of mind reading,
Oh, it was a potion.
which is in the back. But the potions aren't quite as expensive as the other stuff, yeah. There was a amulet or something like that of some sort. Let me see if I can find it. Medallion of Thoughts?
What is
Be
that?
what you're thinking of?
Yeah, what is that?
Can use an action to expend a charge to cast the Detect Thoughts spell.
There we go. That sounds useful.
One of the boss's favorites.
It sounds very useful.
The
Especially
DC
if we're going to be in a social situation and we need to be able to get in the good graces of people. Being able to more easily tell what they're thinking.
That, or if we need to interrogate a one of these, well, you know, the league.
Right. How much for the medallion?
D4. I realized at this point
3.
I haven't been writing them down.
The prices.
Hopefully, Melissa, you got me covered. Okay.
I think so. The ones we're interested in.
Perfect.
3.
So 400.
Ooh. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Mm-hmm. You could, and I believe you.
Has an eraser.
All right. So what are we looking at? You've got your decanter and
That's 700 for me.
700.
600 here.
600 for the 2 swords. 400 for the medallion for me.
And you've got
That's already
The gloves.
1700.
Gloves, goggles, and bag of holding. If we wanted the bag of holding.
bag of holding's real expensive.
Yeah, I think we might want to
600.
wait.
So then mine
The
was...
boss does
You're getting the
love,
belt.
putting things on
belt,
sale.
you're
So
getting the belt.
prices
Yeah,
they go up
come
and
back
down.
and
Come
get
back,
cheaper.
another month or so.
How much were
and-
the gloves and the goggles?
I rolled a 1 on the gloves, and I think it...
Were the gloves 200?
Yeah, the gloves would be 200 if it was a 1.
And then the goggles were
Expensive.
they?
Which
so.
were
The
we?
night goggles?
I think they were 500.
Oh, the goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
500.
So that's 700 for you. Carry the one.
And-
2400.
Oh, the ring was
That's right.
too expensive.
That's about what our budget was, right?
Yeah, that's
2500.
pretty
Pretty
close.
good.
Didn't have a
You're
budget.
getting the gloves.
Oh.
I keep saying that. I didn't have a budget. I
I'm
didn't have a
slapping
budget.
down
I'm
the 5% discount.
Oh yes. Okay, so what was the total?
2400.
No bag of holding this time.
And you were getting the gloves of bleeding.
Yes.
Yeah. The
So
gloves
minus-
and the
minus
goggles
120.
was night.
Yep.
Mhm.
The decanter, Ben.
Twenty.
Hey, saving 120 gold, not too shabby.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thievery only gets easier once you bought these gloves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get another one.
But she said she was going to tighten security, so we'll see what happens.
Hopefully it's not by 5.
I already have an idea for how she'll tighten security.
Okay.
I mean, you
What
let
about
Ember borrow
potions?
that glove, and oof.
Yeah.
You didn't add potions to that, did you?
We haven't bought any
We
haven't
didn't
bought
buy
any
any
potions.
potions yet, so no. But if we have healers, at least 2 people who can do healing, and we have at least 1 potion healing a day from the
Right.
thing. I mean, maybe we could get 1 or 2 potions of healing just to have in case.
For emergencies, yeah.
Yeah, they're not very expensive. We saved 120 gold. We can
Yeah.
get 2.
Spend
And you
two.
start building towards your 1 free,
Exactly.
Yeah, how much are potions?
50 for
Okay,
the regular
Spend
healing.
100,
Yeah.
get 2 potions.
Yeah. If we add that to our 2400, we can get 5% off of that too.
That's true.
So we'll
25
2500 then with 2 normal potions, and then
Yeah.
do 5%
What
of that.
about the potion of luck? Not
Right.
interested right now.
We
Maybe
can,
later.
yeah, maybe later. It's
Like I said, we try to encourage loyalty, return customers.
I mean, this shop's not going anywhere, and we'll be back.
She might be going somewhere, though.
Well, yeah,
Oh, she's
but-
coming with us. Aren't you coming with us?
yeah, you're.
I was
cool with
hoping to. Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's right.
Chance to meet my favorite author? Of course. A little bit of a waste having just set up the shop, but that's okay. I'll be back.
You might find some more stuff to.
Can I ask? Well, I mean, I guess obviously your boss takes commissions.
Yeah, actually, Harmony, my Aunt Harmony, she loves custom projects. It's one of her favorite things, and they can get a little spendy depending on the effect you want, but yeah, if you have a design or an idea for something that you want, she loves the challenge.
I might have something for you down the line.
Like I said, a lot of the things you see in here started as custom projects and then
And
didn't
then
work out
something went
exactly as
horribly wrong. Maybe I won't have anything for you down the line.
I wouldn't say horribly wrong, and with the custom projects, if anything goes horribly wrong, obviously we don't sell it. So
Emerson's like turning this over in the head, but there's a whole. But she said in the back, stuff was rejected, and now she is selling it.
yeah, but these aren't the dangerous
They didn't
rejects.
go
Oh.
horribly wrong. Yeah, nothing dangerous. Just
Stuff might have gone wrong, but it didn't go horribly wrong.
I see. That's comforting. Ember's lies.
well, we do appreciate
all of this. This is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say. But she says, "You're welcome here anytime." Like I said, we find that setting up in a town that has a recurring base of adventurers turns out to be profitable just on those individuals alone. So,
Right. Well, and we're working to expand our group, hire some new adventurers, so we'll be getting a lot of new faces in here, I think. Don't you think, Embers?
Embers is like doing the math of like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to equip all these people with magic items. It's gonna get more expensive.
It would be stuff that we buy for
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
They could spend their money on
yeah, they
it.
can spend their
Yeah.
wages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
I saved up a whole month's wages and bought a healing potion.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Did you mark off our potions on the point card? Charm?
What did you buy?
Two.
today?
We just bought two
Okay.
normal ones.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
that 2275 is the grand total.
2375.
2375.
Yeah,
That's
because it was 2,500
Yep.
minus the 125 discount.
right. Okay. There's anything else we want?
No, I think we're good.
Not at the moment.
Cool. Add my new stuff to my
Man.
inventory.
I'm sad that none of you wanted those mixed resistance potions. There's a
Maybe.
table in the Dungeon Master Guide that is potion miscability. And you roll a d100 to see what happens when you drink 2 potions at the same time.
Okay.
And yeah, it'd be a roll on that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, very fun.
I'm
She
gonna
could just
add-
throw one in.
She could. She doesn't.
Plus we
Mm,
discover
no,
later.
you guys are. It's your first purchase. You purchased quite a bit. Let me see. What can I give you for free?
Mm.
I will give you a little bonus.
Ooh, it's Dragonfly Belt is not a tune. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It also has a feature you didn't talk about, which is awesome.
Oh, is there another?
Yeah. Plus there's the +1 to my key saving throws, and I can use an action to regain key points.
Oh
equal to
yeah,
a
I
roll-
forgot I can do that too.
Equal to a roll of my martial
Ooh,
arts die.
that's really
It
good.
is, especially since I'm low level and I only have 5 right now.
Hmm.
I completely forgot about it and skipped over it.
This medallion lets me. It's got 3 charges, so I can do detect thoughts 3 times.
It does have a lower DC than your spell save,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
She will
Okay.
toss in one of those potions of shrinking, and this one's got a little sticker on it, and she says, "Now, this is a special variety we offer. It will shrink you down more than the normal potion of shrinking would. This one shrinks two sizes, so from medium to tiny."
Wow.
That's great.
Did you want me to add potions, or did anyone do that already?
Yeah, who wants to hold on to potions?
I mean, I can do it. I'm already holding the gold, so I don't know.
Well, we should.
Yeah.
When we go adventuring, I don't
I'll
think
take
one
one.
person should keep all
Okay.
of them. Yeah, one
Then-
one for everybody's good.
Because I already have potions of healing, so I don't need another
And
one.
you've
Do
got
the
yeah. I
short
can hold.
swords
I
have
can hold
any
one.
magical
I'll hold one.
They just are
+1.
+1, so that's to your attack roll and your damage.
So what's this shrinking one called?
Potion of diminution. But there's not a variety on D&D Beyond that shrinks 2 sizes, so I'll have to make that for you.
Okay, so I'll just wait for you to do that.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
I
go
got a
ahead
potion of
and
healing,
homebrew up
too.
a decanter of endless milk.
Got you.
I can't believe you bought the decanter of endless milk.
I can.
I love geyser mode.
I'm gonna find a way to make it useful at
Wait,
some
so
point.
like, can you just? What's the It's like a cooldown for how often you can switch modes or whatever, or use it, or is it just?
Decanter of endless water, I think, is actually pretty unlimited.
Is that and
It
also,
is.
that's a
It's absolutely.
I had
That's
one of
required
these
too.
for a character in a campaign Nick ran, and it was great. It wasn't milk; it was water, but it was still great.
and what are the 3 modes? Stream,
Stream,
geyser.
fountain. Geyser is like
Fountain.
the max setting.
Okay,
Fountain is 5 gallons of water.
okay,
Of milk. Sorry.
yeah, right.
The geyser mode does bludgeoning damage.
I love geyser mode. That's so
Milk!
Stay back.
Your throat's going to be so luxurious.
Mm. Oh, I can
Good
take
for your
a note
bones,
of
too.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be great.
And then clean yourself off after.
Mhm.
That'll be like our signal. Just fire the geyser into the air.
Yeah,
Not bad.
when I put a note in my table, I was like, also comes in other liquids. I didn't come up with any, and I was like, if someone thinks of something funny, we'll just say it exists.
Milk. That's great.
I mean, I already have the decanter of olive oil, so we don't need that.
But it could be endless olive oil with a geyser
Could be a
mode.
geyser.
Endless olive oil.
Bleh.
So we don't need the slippery potion.
Nope, we don't.
Oil of slipperiness is pretty great.
Now, Ethan,
Mhm.
the decanter of endless water lets the user choose fresh or salt water. So would the decanter of endless milk let you choose whole or skim?
Yeah, we can say whole or
For
skim.
Yeah.
chocolate?
Sure.
Can it?
Yeah, regular chocolate milk.
Uh,
Yeah, I want that. I don't want whole or skim. I want
Pay an extra 10 gold and you can have chocolate instead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 10 gold.
It's in there.
Actually, it's 9.5 gold.
Just do 10.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't actually have to pay that. It could just be whole and chocolate. Yeah. Regular and chocolate. Mhm.
That's amazing.
That's really funny.
Oh, goodness.
What a great shopping trip.
I'm satisfied.
Oh, man. Nick was dreading the shopping trip when we were talking about it earlier.
Mhm.
He was like, oh, no, not a shopping episode. And in
This
my
has been
brain, I
great.
was just like, just wait.
Just wait.
Harmony's Wild Magicks is no ordinary shopping episode.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, so that's you settled up, and you got a potion for free. I imagine you also kind of settled details with Nadia for when you're setting out.
Mhm.
Yep.
She makes arrangements for, closing up the shop. And when she does that, actually, I guess you would have seen this earlier when she went into the back to like pull out items for you to look at. That was when she basically like went into the cupboard area, and if you peek in there as she's like crawling into the cupboard area, what you'd see is like a metal room with like a big safe in the back, and there's like beams of red light crisscrossing, and there's like this whole vault inside of her cupboard. Yeah, and you presume that's where she'll put all of the items while she's closed
Mhm.
up.
Cool.
Okay. If there's not anything else for Harmony's Wild Magicks, is there anything else that you want to buy for like mundane stuff or any other preparations you want to make before your trip?
Let's see.
Were we gonna get rations so that you didn't have to waste a slot on Goodberry?
We have plenty of milk.
Do you have plenty of milk? I don't know. I mean, I don't mind casting good berry. It's good to have in a pinch to easily bring someone back
true.
up to health if we run into trouble. But we do have we have all these potions. But if it's just a matter of getting someone back on their feet, but I don't know.
I actually don't know if Churn eats. Does she just eat honey? She has no mandibles, really.
Doesn't she have mandibles?
You got that mouth.
So, I'm not sure.
I mean, she's kind of loosely based on an ant, right? Form-wise.
Yeah, kind of.
I think ants can they can eat like leaves and fruits and all kinds of things. So I'm sure that Charm eats
Yeah.
something. What she eats, I can leave up to you. But I'd say she could probably have a similar diet to most other humans.
Yeah, but if you want to get rations, we don't know how long we're going to be gone. But I can always prepare the spell if we run out of food. Too.
Yeah, let's prepare, let's say, get, I don't know, a week's worth of rations for everybody.
That should get us to Erudition anyway.
They'll have food there
They'll
if
have
we
food
need
there.
an egg.
We need to stock up. Yeah.
Based off what we know about underdark travel, like, is there any other specific rations we might need, like torches or like I don't know?
We got your brightness down.
Well, it's more to like maybe keep things away.
Oh, I see.
I would say that just based on like your intuition, torches won't be useful for this trip specifically, since you're going to be traveling with the wind most of the time. You know, there's going to be your torches will get blown out. If you wanted,
Yeah, items you need for your spells.
if you wanted rations for a week for all of you, there are 5 silver pieces per day normally. So that'd be 5 times 7 times 4, which would be 140 silver pieces, goes down to 14 gold. But we'll give you the Amber Hearth discount to make that 7.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sounds
All right.
just spend the silver.
So how many rations per person is that?
7.
7 per person.
What was the silver price again?
5.
So yeah, it says 70 silver. Okay. Because we have like 14,000 silver or something.
Yeah.
Take it away
Take
from
it
the
out of
silver.
the silver. Yeah.
We have basically a geyser mode on silver for Carpe.
You are the Silver
Just
Seekers.
spray it. Yeah.
We are. Do we need any kind of
Tom says I need rope for my snare spell
temperatures in here for something else too?
and maybe some more arrows.
Sure. How much rope and arrows do you need?
I think a normal 50-foot rope.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we need? I've got 50 feet of rope.
You can get hempen rope for only 1 gold piece.
Maybe a dozen arrows.
I've got 20 arrows that you can just have
Sweet.
because I don't really use this bow anymore. Short bow. All right, so I'm gonna take these out of my inventory. Here, take these 20 arrows.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Um,
And
what about like
do we need
climbing
like
gear?
climbing? I was just gonna say, does anyone have climbing gear? Do we need it?
I personally don't, but some of you might, depending on how bad the terrain gets.
It's a climbing kit, is what you're.
Like a climber's kit, usually is what they're called.
I have
You okay then?
items already.
Yeah.
I can make. I already have hammers and stuff, so I think I have the essentials for.
That's good.
Should we bring a pick in case we run into any walls that are blocked?
Walls that what?
Blocked.
Blocked.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
A pick.
Yeah.
a miner's pick?
Miner's
Mhm.
pick.
1 gold piece with the Amber Hearth discount.
2. Add 1 to the inventory.
Melissa, am I remembering correctly that Charm has a special robe that's got some stuff?
Robe with patches on it that you can take off, right?
Yeah, I thought that was a magic item you ended up having, but I can look.
Good question.
We did talk about it,
We
didn't we?
did.
Inventory on here. I don't see it in your equipment on D&D Beyond, but I thought we talked about it.
Did you also add the rope? Or no? Did you add the
I
rope?
have to do it when I get home.
Okay, but
my
you
sheet.
want the 50 feet?
Well, we can look into that later.
I can't think of anything else. I think we're good.
Yeah, unless we need like a tent or something. Oh, but we have tents, don't we? sleeping in tents on the way up. That's right.
Did anyone have the rations?
I think we were all meant to add rations.
Yeah, I added 7
I
to
had
mine.
7 to mine.
7.
But we needed to? I don't think that there's weather down there that we need to protect ourselves from.
That's true.
It's windy.
I suppose.
Always just make ourselves a little shelter out of rocks if we needed to.
No. Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else we might need.
Then, the night before your journey comes around, and there's probably a little bit of tension in the air.
I'll stop by What's-His-Face's house to see if he wants us to bring anything to his mother.
Oh, Valreyes?
Valreyes.
Yeah, he might send you with, like, a little letter, I think.
Mm.
And it would be addressed to, because I have a character name for her
Okay.
now. Alyfaen Duoth, Alyfaen. That's his mother. And the contact that he gave you, or like a trading contact down in Erudition, is actually his brother, Duras Duoth, younger brother. Yep.
Cool.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna say, you can make tools, right? But are they like permanent tools, or do they only last?
It's permanent until I change it to a different tool, I believe.
Okay. Because it occurred to me we should probably bring cartographers' tools because we're meant to be
Yes. Yes.
doing that, but you can just have cartographers' tools.
I do have them, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, do I have any nights that I can spend with Mr. Lath's journal, the cryptic messages in there?
Probably not yet.
Is that gonna be a traveling thing?
Potentially look at it while traveling. It might be a little bit difficult because not all of it is combined into one journal. There's a lot of like loose papers and
Sure.
things like that,
Okay.
which will get blown around.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
probably better to leave
Yeah.
it
To
here.
wait.
Read it when we get back.
Yeah, I can do that.
That's all I can think of.
All right.
Okay. The night before your departure comes along. There's a palpable sense of tension in the air. All of you get a nice long rest, but Elwyn, before you settle down for bed that final night in the keep before your departure, you notice up in the corner of your room, just kind of on the wall, there is a spider web, no visible spider, and it just says, like like Charlotte's Web style, there's words woven into it, and it says, "We will speak again soon." Yep.
I will, let's see. Can I use frostbite on it just to freeze it and make it disintegrate basically into ice?
You cast frostbite on it, and the frost crystals form on the webs, and the webs kind of droop and get heavier and heavier until they fall to the ground and shatter into ice crystals.
I step on it for good measure.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. What is that? Oh, it's an 8. What? So 15.
Out of the
Wait
corner,
a second, that's a D12. Like
we've all
that
done
is-
that before.
that is not my D20. Okay, well, that is a natural 1. So, great. 8.
You step on
I'll
it and
take the
feel good
15.
about yourself.
I'll take the 15, please. That didn't work at all.
No.
Step on it. Feel good about myself.
Maybe it's all charged
Take
into
it.
mine.
Kick it into the under the rug or something.
That's right. I'll leak that from that one to the.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't lucky to begin with. I was trying to charge it up. Didn't work.
The next morning, the group of you find yourselves gathered in Shovel Sharp's citadel, the old amber mines essentially now converted into a dwarven colony. At the edge of the tunnels that you know descend down into the underdark, Nadia is there, dressed in sort of like loose, but very like clean, nice looking travel pants, and another like button-up shirt. But she's got like a vest over it with a bunch of pockets that seem to be filled, and she's got her, regular bag. She's also replaced her goggles of objects seen with a pair of goggles of the night, like the ones Vert now has.
Twinsies.
And she seems ready to go. Night Mantis as well kind of pulls or has the goggles down over her eyes, and you see them kind of flash with a glow that you've seen before when she travels in dark areas.
Goggle gang.
Yep. And she's got, instead
Feel
of
like we need some too.
Mm-hmm.
instead of her sniper rifle, she's got dual pistols today.
Nice.
You left Torin behind,
Mm-hmm.
so I think those are your sidekicks. Everyone assembles.
Assemble. Right. Well,
You feel the wind coming up out of the tunnels and blowing your hair backwards.
We ready?
as ready
Yeah.
as we'll ever be.
So did we get a good bearing from, like, did the dwarves have an idea of like which routes to take and stuff?
You had a week where you could have talked to Santiago, right?
Yes.
Mm. Forgot about
Elwyn and Charm can both communicate with Santiago, and I think that's probably how you got a good idea of your route.
Mhm.
Santiago is not coming with you, but basically gave you the directions you need. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
You descend down into the darkness. Can I just get a quick rundown? Everyone's got dark vision now, but is it just 60 feet for everyone but Elwyn?
I don't think so.
Superior.
Yep.
Superior.
Dark vision 60 feet.
Cool. And the goggles of night are 62, right?
Yes.
Uh,
If you wear them, your dark vision is even better.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Even better than 120.
I think it increases the range.
Oh.
you delve into a subterranean realm that at the first part starts out as essentially mine shafts, tunnels of worked stone. But slowly they transition into more natural edges, and you find yourselves in naturally occurring caves and tunnels. The tunnels wind and branch into different paths, and in general you have a good sense of which direction to go. Even still, you get turned around on occasion. You'll find yourself in a chamber that is a bit of a dead end, and you have to double back a little bit and go down a different tunnel. But slowly, since it's not a direct plunge, you find yourselves kind of on a gradual slope, constantly winding your way downward. As you do so, you notice that this subterranean realm has ample amounts of water. It drips down the cave walls. From time to time, you come into caverns that have pools or even like small ponds or lakes. And there is fungus life growing all over the caverns. As a bit of time passes, would one of you roll for me? I need to switch to my shallow dark note. A D10.
Wow.
Okay. I don't trust my snowflake
This is your
dice.
show.
No. Oh no. don't trust my snowflake dice. They've been very naughty to me all night. 3.
3, you say?
3. Yep, that's what I say.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hope you prepared the right spells.
Oh no! I didn't! I don't!
You come into a chamber that is essentially just a big underground pond with some stones kind of in the middle of it. You can see across the way there are basically there's one place where the path seems to continue onward on the other side of the pond, and then there's another short beach that seems to end in a dead end, and there's a little bit of a river that kind of comes down a slope and into this chamber from another path. You step into this room and you can see the winds rippling the surface of the water. The winds seem to be kind of coming from a couple directions into this chamber, and they seem to have kind of an extra violent, like they kind of pull and push at you stronger.
Like turbulence.
Yeah, they're more turbulent. The path continues across the way. On the other side of the pond, what would you like to do?
So you said it feels like there is wind coming from 2 directions?
Yep.
There's no way to cross this pond without swimming, right?
It's hard to tell at a glance how deep it is. You might be able to wade through it. Some of the ponds you've come across were only a couple feet deep. Others got up to like 5 or higher.
Can I do a cursory check of the water to make sure it's clean or safe?
Yeah. Roll a nature check.
Okay. All right. 16.
The water actually seems quite pure here. It seems like it's fresh water. There's a little bit of algae in it, but it doesn't seem, terribly tainted or anything like that.
Well, I think if we had to swim through it, it's clean.
I
Could ferry people across. I could transform into something that could swim, and then y'all wouldn't have to get your fur wet. She says, looking at Embers.
That would be wonderful.
Can I throw a rock into it?
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to just see if anything is disturbed when I throw the rock into it.
There's a plunk that kind of echoes throughout the cave, and you see the ripples extend from where the rock sank to the bottom. Doesn't seem to have disturbed.
There's no
any...
splashing of any animals. Or
Yeah, it
creatures.
does. You don't see any fish dart away or anything like that.
I don't think I could use shape water to part the Red Sea here, could I?
Hmm.
Because it's only 5 feet.
Maybe that plus geyser mode on the
Milk River.
Shape water.
I can change the current or color or opacity. Can move or otherwise change the flow of water as I direct up to 5 feet in any direction.
You could freeze the water, provided there are no creatures in it.
Yeah, but it's it's a 5-foot cube of water.
You could do that bit by bit, though.
I could create a pathway.
How far
But
is
I
it?
can only have 2 effects happening at once, it says.
Yeah, so she could walk 5 feet. And
I
you
could have
place
basically
one
10
ahead.
feet
Yeah.
worth of ice bridge.
I see.
I could just make a nice bridge with my staff too.
Hmm.
But again, I think that's also a 5 foot.
It's about 30 feet to where there's like a large stone, not quite in the center of the water, but a little bit off from the
Okay.
center of it. And then it's about another 30 feet from there to the other side.
Yeah, so I could use my staff and I could create 30 feet worth of frozen water at once to create a bridge.
It's up to you whether you want to do the staff or you want to change into a water taxi, I guess.
Yeah, using the staff doesn't expend any energy, really.
Okay.
That would be easier.
Alright.
I guess just keep an eye out for anything that might not like their water getting colder. And I will go up to the bank of the lake, and I do want to take a quick glance over the water to see if I can see any movement.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I'm gonna do the same.
Yep.
How big of a bridge can you make?
Well, if I do shape water twice and I use my staff once, I can do 3 5-foot sections. So I guess that's 15 feet at once.
Halfway across
So I can,
to the stone.
yeah, and I can just move 1 square at a time. Ooh, that's very good. 25.
You charged mine up.
Uh-huh.
24.
I win.
It's definitely a competition.
Sure was.
Okay, let me double check something. 24, you say, and 25.
But mostly 25.
Mostly 25.
The two of you, as you're kind of looking into the chamber, you see, and when you cast, the ice and the bridge
I haven't
forms.
done that
Oh, you
yet.
don't quite
I
yet?
was checking to make sure nothing was disturbed after the rock throw.
Gotcha.
Once the ripples kind of calmed down before I cast the ice bridge.
Oh, I thought you said you wanted to check to
I-
see if the ice bothered
I
you.
was saying you guys do that, but before I cast
Oh.
it, I'm also gonna look.
Okay,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. Sorry.
Sorry, I must not have been clear.
Well, before you cast the ice bridge, then, both of you kind of peer out into the chamber, and at first you don't see anything. Everything looks, normal. But then you notice two, I think both of you would notice this. There are two seemingly, and you have to look really closely to see this, different patterns of wind kind of swirling in the chamber, but it doesn't look like they're necessarily a result of coming into this chamber from two directions, so much as there seem to be two sources of swirling wind within the chamber. And as soon as you realize that, you can see that there are almost like two miniature tornadoes kind of swirling around the room in random patterns.
Like over the top of the water.
Yeah, so they'll occasionally skim the top of the water and swirl it around a little bit, but then they'll fly off in a different direction.
They don't seem to have been aware of us yet.
Not yet. Nope.
Do we know what these things are? Actually, or is it?
You rolled a nature check that was really high. However, because of circumstances, I don't think you actually noticed yet.
So there may be more going on in here than just wind from the nexus. Some little dust devils or something right there and right there. They don't seem to have noticed us quite yet, but maybe
Should we be sneaky?
maybe. I'm worried about getting on the surface of the water and then them coming after us when we're helpless on the bridge.
Well, we'd be more helpless in the water, so I think a bridge is still a good idea.
Yeah, I can only get us halfway over at once. Maybe only one person at a time comes with. least, how big is the rock in the center? Like,
Like it's circular, but it's like a 5-foot radius, so it could fit 4 people on it.
okay, well, I will very quietly start freezing the water into a bridge in front of me.
Okay. The ice extends out
It's gonna be a
15
really
feet.
beautiful, like Elsa bridge with the nice railings and.
Lattice work.
Like a curve.
Yeah, it's like a nice
arched.
curving, arched. You know, very reminiscent of the architecture from Alvaria.
Yeah.
Very
Makes sense.
glassy and railings so you don't fall in the water. You know.
Hmm.
And I'll be like, all right, one of you needs to follow close behind because I'm going to be moving this as we go. I can only keep 15 feet frozen at once.
Okay.
Like with my armor.
Who's coming with?
Bodyguard.
Oh, I'm coming.
Okay. And I'll start slowly, like, the end dissolves as I add more to the front as it moves across the water.
Ethan, can I hold an action
Mm-hmm.
to attack
Imagery.
with my ranged weapon if those wind creatures are hostile?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the people who go out on the bridge are Elwyn, Embers, and Vert.
Just the two
Just
of us.
the
Just
two
the
of
two of
them.
you, okay.
Okay.
You
How
get
far
out.
away are they from where we're
The
standing?
Dust Devils?
15.
Yeah.
Oh, the dust.
They're kind of moving around the room at random.
Like, what's the farthest distance they would travel away from me? Like over 120 feet?
No, the chamber's not that big.
Okay.
Like 25 feet ish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So I'll prepare a ranged attack.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
The two of you make your way out onto the ice bridge, and Dust Devils don't seem to pay you too much attention yet. You get out
Just keep
15
moving.
feet.
Just keep slowly moving the end closer and closer to the rock in the middle.
Mhm.
Stepping carefully.
The two of you step out onto the rock in the middle. The bridge makes it there.
Can I make sure it's actually rock first before I let Embers go?
Yeah. You make a nature check.
Sure. And not like the back of some creature that's just sleeping.
Yeah, no, it absolutely could be. That's a good call.
Okay, yeah, that's real good. That's 24.
You're sure it's rock.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Embers hops off onto the rock.
The two of you step off onto the rock, and as you do so, one of those dust devils comes near you for the first time, and it swirls around you, and then the other one comes, like, seems to notice and comes and swirls around you until they're both dancing around you, and then you watch as the dust devil seems to, almost as if in a swirl of leaves, morph into physical form of a flying blue weasel with scythe-like claws, and it slashes. So then Vert's attack would go off.
Great.
And then we'll roll initiative.
Weird.
For what it's worth, 15 feet of the bridge is still up
Yes.
So
behind us.
just for clarification, the two merge into just one being.
Nope. Two different weasels.
I'm trying to figure out how to change my armor type. If I wanted to have the other armor type on for this, but change it.
Air reasons.
Oh, hold on. I made an ice bridge.
You made an ice bridge?
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Of course you did. It's not as pretty as I was anticipating, but that's
No, but it's the best
Everyone's
I
a
had.
critic.
Everyone's a critic.
everything.
Oops, it's Nadia. Hold on a second.
Them's the weasels. And these are creatures from Kobold Press.
Oh,
Though I have adjusted them slightly, they in Kobold Press they're fey creatures. Here they are spirits. Elderhaven Reaches creatures. They're mean though.
Oh no. I was not prepared to fight.
I'm hoping it's attacking me because I'm trying to do the bodyguard thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna have one of them on each.
Okay, fair.
Fine. This is not a concentration, so not like we're.
Should we be rolling initiative right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna do Vert's one
Yeah, let's
attack.
do
Okay.
my
She was holding
attack. Is
something.
it? Do I get advantage or not?
No.
Okay.
Why would you get advantage?
I didn't
You
know.
don't get advantage on every attack.
Sneak attack, maybe.
Yeah, I
You
didn't
don't
know
have
if it
a
was like
Surprise.
it was like
You
yeah,
don't use
surprise
it.
exactly. It doesn't count as a surprise.
It's not surprise. No, they were
You
aware
weren't
of you. They
hidden.
just weren't bothered until you
I
came to
missed.
the center.
I got a 10.
10.
10 total?
I rolled a 2.
Ugh.
A 10 does miss. Yep. All right.
Cool.
How did those initiatives go?
Okay.
16 for Empress.
Oh,
Oh, weird. Like auto-populated
Fuck
your
me.
initials for some reason.
now I roll well. Dirty 20 for.
Yes, I got dirty 20.
Yeah,
Hey.
21.
Hey, y'all doing pretty good.
No.
20 for
Good job,
Vert.
Mara.
Someone's gonna have to jump
Why is
into
Tuppence
the-
here but not Charm? Okay. We'll just use Tuppence for the Charm. What did you say? 21?
21.
You sound so sad to be going first.
Mm,
Melissa hates going first.
sure does.
What? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need those again because I have to restart the encounter because it didn't allow me to auto roll for the other guys. Okay, so 20 for what was it for Embers?
16.
16, then
20,
20,
20,
20,
21.
and 20. Okay, there we go. Charm, you are up first, and I'll get some better music.
So, when you described them, did you say they went to the center?
Yes, they are at the
Oh yeah.
center island.
Oh, thank you.
So we can see what.
Yeah.
Or so she can see. There we go.
They are at the center island where Elwyn and Embers are, and
So they're
then
roughly
the group
30
of
feet
you
away.
are, about 15 feet from the ice bridge and about 30 feet from the weasels.
Time is not in a box.
Oh.
Well, I think Charm.
We're 30 feet away from.
Okay, so Charm's going to do what she does best and cast web on the one on the right.
Okay. Jeez.
Are you going to attack on your turn?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do on my turn. I should probably figure that out.
I know I have a web set here somewhere.
It's a 20-foot cube.
I bought some spell assets as well.
Might be.
Going on here.
I was thinking I might actually do that. You can take your turn first.
And when they start their turn, they have to make a
Yeah, I
dex save.
figured I would ask you to do the same initiative,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I did cast Sanctuary on you.
Anything else for your turn?
If you do that.
Charm's gonna go ahead and make her way to the rock through the water.
Yeah, you start wading in. It's kind of, it's like it slows you down to walk through the water, so you'd be at like half speed, but you get up to
The bridge.
the bridge, and basically next time you can climb onto the bridge.
Okay.
The water only gets up to about we'll say like 3 feet high, so it's only like your waist because you're really tall.
Mhm. Okay.
Elwyn
Um.
or Vert, whichever one of you wants to
yeah.
go first.
Let's let Bert go first.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on Elwyn. And then I'm going to use my action to do 2 attacks that are going to be the lightning launcher from my armor.
Did that weasel get stuck in the web? Or
It is in the web. Yeah.
At the start of its turn, it'll figure it out.
So it's not restrained yet.
Not yet. No.
Okay. Oh, here's one attack. Let's see what happens. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then that's 5 damage
Of lightning, you said?
of lightning. Or is it thunder? Oops. Yep, it's
Either
lightning.
way.
I just rolled 9 damage. No. And then that's a 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to do 2d6 for this one. That is 10 damage on the second attack.
The thunderous sound of your attack just booms throughout the chamber, and it echoes because it is so cavernous down here.
Mhm.
Anything else?
Nope. That's good.
Okay, Elwyn?
Well, I didn't think I'd get a chance to try this out quite so soon, but I had an idea when we were at the shop the other day. I say to Embers, as I slowly start backing back onto the bridge,
Mhm.
and I'm going to cast Enlarge
Okay.
on Embers.
Boom.
And I'm going to risk leaving this weasel's threat range. I'm under the bridge.
Let me
Can I?
hold on.
No,
Let
I
me
can't.
just layer map layer.
There we
There
go.
we go.
And I'm just gonna, move to the end of the bridge, basically.
Okay. I think it can do something when you leave.
But I have Sanctuary.
That's right, you do. What does it need to do?
What's it going to do?
It will try a Scythe Claw.
Okay, so it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 16.
Roll a 15 on the dice. Of course I did.
Of course you did.
And it gets +1.
Of course you did.
Okay, so it passes.
But that
So
doesn't
now it
ruin...
still needs to roll to hit.
It still
Yes.
needs to roll a hit.
Good point.
And my AC is higher.
It's only a 14 to hit.
AC 16!
Is-
Elven check!
Scrapes against the fairy crystal,
Yeah,
which kind of glows dimly in the cavernous light.
under my
Yep.
other stuff. Yeah, and I'll just be like, ooh! And like back up and kind of get to the end of the bridge. Oh! Hi, Charm, need a hand? Like, free action, help her up.
It kind of snarls at you as you go by.
I'll be like, you got this, Embers!
Oh.
Speaking of embers,
The charm already went.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So Ethan, I'm looking up enlarge reduce.
yes.
I hope this is okay.
This says I have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The target's weapons also grow to match its new size. While these weapons are enlarged,
Your fists.
my fist,
Uh-huh.
the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
Mhm.
Does that count? Okay.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Okay,
of
cool.
course
I
it
think
does.
that monk's fists
Your
count
fists are
as...
your weapon.
Yeah. All right, cool. I will make 4 attacks. Let's do the first 2 against this creature to the right of me in the web.
Mhm. That's the one that's been hurt so far.
I don't have advantage yet. Let's see if this goes. Does a 12 hit,
12 misses.
but a dirty 20 probably hits.
Yes, absolutely.
Check something real quick.
The weasels haven't had their turn yet either, huh? They
No.
must have rolled pretty low.
Yeah.
No, they're at the very bottom. Right next to Nadia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take 3 turns in a row, actually, after Embers.
It's another fight where it's like the whole party and then all the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Good damage.
Oh, because of that.
That weasel takes 14 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and it's got to make a Constitution saving throw.
It sure does.
DC is now
15?
15.
15. Con only gets +2. It is stunned.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, then I turn to the other one and make 2 other.
Let me give it this lightning bolt to get stunned.
Ooh, a crit. And a 15. Does that hit?
15 does hit.
Nice. So you double the D4 too, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
While he's rolling his damage,
Mm-hmm.
the visual effect of enlarge was snowflakes swirling and creating a larger form of embers around her body, and then it like snowman embers, the snow falls away and she's actually that size.
Love it.
25 bludgeoning damage to the other guy.
Yikes.
And it's got to make a Constitution saving throw.
What's up?
That's another failure. It's stunned too.
Right. Good turn for Embers.
Very good.
You're
turn.
welcome.
Weasels, I think, are next.
I did
Nope.
They're
spend-
both stunned.
I
Night
did spend
Mantis
3
is
key
next,
points
actually.
doing that, but it was worth it.
It was worth it. Yeah, gotta use them now while I'm.
Yeah.
Night Mantis is actually next.
Oh, but those weasels, one of those has to make that web save.
Well, it hasn't.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Oh,
It
it
hasn't
auto-
quite come to me.
Night
Oh,
Mantis is next, and then it's the weasels.
Gotcha.
So where'd you?
But they auto fail anyways because they're
They're
stunned.
stunned.
That's true.
Night Mantis wades into the water, pulls out those 2 pistols. Yep, she'll just make 2 pistol attacks.
At
An
advantage.
It's a 17.
Of course.
Stereo over here. One on each side.
2 hits, 26 piercing damage.
Nice.
Wow.
Kablow. Yeah.
One of the
Not
weasels,
even gonna need to make it serious.
one of the weasels
No.
puffs into a shroud of leaves, and just kind of the leaves just drift down to the ground. And as it just kind of makes like a little as it goes.
Like a car.
the ghost.
Yeah, it is like a ghost. Yeah.
Nadia
I'm so sad.
reaches into her bag at her side and pulls out like a pair of waders, like fisherman trousers, and starts pulling those on, and then walks into the water.
I really hope that's her entire turn. Is
Yep,
donning
it is.
the waiter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nadia, best character.
The wind weasel is stunned until the end of its turn or the end of your turn.
The end of my turn.
It doesn't do. Can they still do bonus actions when stunned?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't have a bonus action. Doesn't have a bonus action.
This is great.
That ends the wind weasel's turn. But with the squeak of pain from the first wind weasel that Night Mantis shot, there are answering squeaks from some of these surrounding tunnels,
Oh no.
and you see whirlwinds
Oh,
coming
no.
into the chamber from those directions.
Oh boy.
A couple more, and we'll pick up there next week.
Oh boy. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone who came to watch. Thank you guys, as always, for playing. We'll pick up with more Underdark fun next week, and it'll be great. So, see you then. Bye.
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 Bye.